Hello everyone and welcome back to more Cinderella Phenomenon. We are back for more Karma route. Yes, currently at the start of chapter 9. We finished up on 7 and 8 last episode, which basically amounted to oh yes, so the big news, let's start with the big happy news. Happy news is that Garland and Jurian are together. They're a thing now. Our wingmanning has paid off, and Garland was able to confess to Jurian after taking her out to lunch and then coming back to the bar and having a couple of drinks and having a good time with her. Yes, so yeah. We walked in on them and they were like having a good chat and they're enjoying each other's company and just kind of reminiscing on old times when they were in the Knights Order and shit like that. And yeah, so after that talk, we went back to bed because it was after we trained with Karma for a bit. Went to bed, woke up the next morning, and we got a second piece to our slipper. Yes, so we got our second good deed, and we were super excited. But we didn't really exactly know where it came from. We just kind of woke up with it, and we're like, what deed did I do to get this? But anyways, we went downstairs to the tavern, the merchant, and then we saw Jurian and Garland again, and we kind of touched base with them. And we told them, we just asked them again how like their night went, kind of shit. But we noticed that Karma was really in a pissy mood. And then the more we talked to Julie and Garland, and then the more like pissy Karma got until he finally snapped and he was like, "Hey, you guys, can you like be quiet over there? Like, if you're gonna be so affectionate towards each other, you might as well just get a room," kind of thing. He was being super snappy. We didn't understand why. We only know that he's in a bad mood, and we tried to comfort him. I tried to comfort him without really scolding him because he's being a little bitch right now, to be honest. But he slapped us away. We tried to reach out, but he slapped our hand away and he was like, "Don't touch me," kind of thing. But then he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like I shouldn't have done that." But then the damage was done and then he kind of got up and left. And yeah, then what's it called? We broke the news to Jurian and Garland about the second piece to our slipper. Oh, Karma found out as well too when he was still there, but he was like really lackluster about his enthusiasm with it. So he's like, "Oh yeah, congratulations," kind of thing. And so yeah, that really bothered us. We're like, what's wrong with him, And so we tried to, we tried to talk to him on the times that we managed to catch him during the weeks or so. Like, he ignored us for 2 weeks, but every single time we tried to talk to him, he just kind of brushed us off and be like, "Can you leave me alone," kind of thing. And then we went out with Waltz, and then during our time with Waltz running errands, we wanted to buy a gift to cheer Karma up, and we're like, we don't know what to get him exactly. So we decided to shop around a bit. Well, I wanted to get the gift immediately, but then we didn't really have any luck until we did the errands afterwards. And then we found like this little peddler who had jewelry, and we were looking around, we saw like this pendant, this like locket pendant kind of birch thing that looked like a rose, and we're like, "Oh my god, that's perfect." So we got that, and we went to go give to Karma that night, except we didn't knock on his room. I don't know why, but anyways, we didn't we didn't knock, pissed him off even more, and we kind of got into a little bit of a fight, argument, sort of, in a way, where just Karma's just spewing all these like things that didn't really make sense to us. He's just like, "Why are you here? Why can't you just knock? Blah 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 blah." He was still in a pissy mood, and then he kind of spilled about like this other woman and how he thought it was meant to be, but it wasn't. And we were like, "Who other woman? What's other woman?" But then of course Hana got too upset with the way he was acting, so she stormed out. She threw the locket thing at him, his gift at him, and then stormed out. And then then Julian and Garland took to like kind of training with themselves, because Karma was still pissy and he wasn't, up to, training either of them. And we also joined in on that too. Jurian and Garland gave us like pointers, helped us train as well. And eventually, when we were left to ourselves in the training grounds, like here, Karma shows up. He's in a better mood and he apologized for the way he was acting, kind of, sort of. But then he gave the locket back to us, but they're thinking that it was ours, but it was actually his. Like, we were gonna give it to him as a gift, and he appreciated that, and he hugged us. We hugged, except suddenly he has a pain in his chest, and then we noticed that, like, from before, like the tattoo on his chest, the rose, is kind of like it changed in a way that we didn't know exactly how. And then Oh yeah, then we went out of town because the Karma was feeling in a better mood. We went out to town with him, and then suddenly that was when the king had an announcement to make, and it turns out that he is resigning his role as king and he's handing it over to Alcaster. Oh my god, surprise, surprise. Anyway, Sir Alcaster comes back into the picture. He is now currently the king, and we were like, what the hell, that's kind of weird, this is strange, what is going on? So we went back to the tavern, and we were gathered everybody in a meeting to discuss about what happened. Rod and Emmeline are there too to tell us exactly what went down at the palace to lead up to this point. And it turns out, of course, Sir Alcaster threatened the king by taking his family hostage, and Emmeline and Rod were only able to escape with the help of Fritz, and we were worried about Fritz because he got caught last minute to help Emmeline and Rod escape. So there's that, and so now we're like, the main concern is that, okay, the king, evidently, with Sir Alcaster, with his totalitarian kind of rule, he's most likely gonna kill the king at some point just to secure his, like, you know, his role, his, you know, position as king, and make sure there's no competition or any sort of, like, way that he can be overthrown again. And we also have to rescue the mom, Ophelia, because she's still trapped in the cell. She's still locked away in the cell in the palace. So that was we have, come up with a rescue plan. It was up to us to go rescue them, and the plan was that it was Waltz, Drew, and Garland, and Rod is going to make their way back into the palace, and same with Karma and Delora, except also we were gonna we volunteered ourselves because we're like, we need to, you know, I need to help my father kind of thing. And yeah, so Karma, of course, was really highly against it. Actually, everybody was highly against it, but Karma, for the most part, is adamant. But we're like, no, there's no point in stopping me now, because if you try, then you might as well just lock me away, because I'm just gonna disobey you anyways if you say no. So yeah, so throughout the entire time, we worked up, we're training right now, currently with Jurian and Garland, after Karma tried to, again, persuade us to, you know, not be part of this rescue mission, but we're like, no, we're going, and that's it. And he was just like, oh my god, like, okay, fine, kind of thing. But his whole, like, the thing that happened with his heart is, like, you know, his chest pains again with his tattoo happened during his talk with us, because he was like, we were saying how, you know, we don't think he's selfish, even though he thinks he himself is selfish, and he kind of alluded to the fact that it's like, oh, so you don't think I'm selfish at the fact that I want you, kind of thing. And then before he couldn't even get out the full sentence, you know, the tattoo stopped him, and we're like, oh my god, what's wrong? And Karma's just like, no, it's fine, I'm fine. So yeah, we just still don't know why he's getting these chest pains because of his tattoo. Well, we know why, because it's his curse, his tattoo, but like, we just don't know exactly why in terms of like what's triggering the pain, I guess. But we have an idea. It might be because, oh yeah, he disclosed the fact that the first time he came into NGL, everybody knows he's the prince now of the other kingdom. The first time he came to NGL, he fell in love with a woman. He thought the woman fell in love with him too, like in a true love kind of sense, but it turns out it was just his curse, and he was super heartbroken about it, because that was like the first time he's ever fallen in love with somebody. But it turns out it wasn't the case. It wasn't true, you know, she didn't love him for who he was. It was just his curse. So yeah, that was what happened with the whole other woman thing, and he thought it was meant to be. Anyways, okay, that's it. Wow, that's a lot of reprise, a lot of, like, you know, a lot of summary. But here we are again. Okay, now we can move on forward to chapter 9, and we are currently training with Karma, with Jurian, I think. Maybe, yes. Okay, so yeah, let's continue. So today I will land another hit on you, Karma. Watch me. Oh, he's in his dress, yes. If you can, darling, I welcome the challenge. Princess, your side is open. Oh, whoops. Ouch. I bring my sword up closer to my side as Garland strikes me. Hey, tonight is the first night I get to use a real sword as opposed to a practice sword. Oh, the sounds of metal clashing echoes into the night. Is this what a real battle feels like? Well, it's gotta be a whole lot faster than this. We have been practicing under skirmish conditions for the last few days. Since tomorrow is the day we enact our plan, we are doing some last-minute practice. Okay. Remember, fighting back-to-back is better than doing it alone. Claude dodges Julian's sword as he speaks, but I notice that he seems to be taking special care not to look in my direction. Oh. Still angry with me? And his pain? Oh, he's been fine for the last few days, but I am not sure when his pain will return. If only he would tell me what was wrong with him. Yes. Probably has something to do with his curse. So when Claude finally calls the end of practice, we all are exhausted. Good job, everyone. You'll all be fine tomorrow. Hopefully. Garland turns to face me, a soft expression on his face. And if it comes down to it, Jury and I will protect you. Garland looks over his shoulder at Claude. Both of you, that's our job as knights. Aw, I'm quite capable of protecting myself, but I do appreciate the offer. Like, I got your back, just in case. It's late, we should all get some rest. The two knights excuse themselves, leaving me with Claude. Hana, you should go to bed. Yeah, I should, but... Princess? I have a feeling I won't sleep much tonight anyway. Yes. Be that as it may, you should still try. I'm about to retire for the night as well. Keep on practicing, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Is that the right choice? Again, I'm so unsure when it comes to Karma. I just don't know what he's thinking half the time. It's like... God damn it. Okay. I feel like it's like I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Yeah. About what? About your curse, I guess. Claude takes a step back and I stare as his hand absently moves to his chest. Yeah. Are you really okay, Claude? I've been perfectly fine this past week. Are you sure? He's lying. He's obviously in pain. Why do you have to keep your pain a secret? Yeah. Why can't you tell me? Why won't you talk to me? Yes! Oh my god. I've told you before that some things are better kept a secret, princess. Claude sighs out, then leans forward to set a hand on my head. Yeah. Hana, promise you'll stay behind me if we're attacked. And if at any point it looks like we may not make it, you're to run as fast as you can back to the margin. But that is cowardly. Hana, Hana, don't you remember what I said before? Sometimes running is the right thing to do. Never run into an impossible situation. Instead, live to fight another day. Oh wow, that is good advice. Promise me you'll stay behind me. Please, Hana, give me the peace of mind. Fine. Fine. Okay, maybe we can at least give him this, you know? Like, we are, like, really, really adamant on, like, going on this rescue mission. But, so, like, you know, this is the least we could do, right? Like, he's so against, like, thing. Okay. If it will make him feel better before going into this mission, I cannot deny his request. Exactly. Claude's expression softens as he moves away from me. I'll stay behind you. Yay! Yay. Okay, thank you, princess. Yes, I figured. This is the least we could do. Let's attempt sleep in preparation for tomorrow. When this is all over, I'll pry Claude's secret out of him. Okay. We'll try. Okay, intermission. Time skip. Okay, is it the night? Yes, tonight is the night and everyone is just about ready to go. I can't get this feeling of foreboding off of my chest. Everyone is gathered close to the door, ready to see us off. Everyone except... Princess? Rumple? Rumple suddenly appears and Nee's coming up to stand right next to him. What are you two doing here? Well, of course we came to wish you good luck, just like everyone else here. Okay. We'll be waiting for you tonight so that we can celebrate everyone's return. Alright, be careful. Emmeline, who has been everywhere with her brother since they came here, is standing right beside him now with a smile. I will pray for your safe return. Oh, is he not coming? Rod's not coming, right? Her smile wavers and I can tell she is uncertain. She has a great Knight of Caldera, 2 witches and a prince. She'll be fine. Rod's response are curt as usual, but I cannot help but notice the hesitance in his voice. Even though he stares at me without expression, I think I can see a tinge of worry in his eyes. Ah, you're worried about me too? Rest assured that we will keep the princess safe. Okay, we're not going to let Alcasta get away with what he did to Angiel and its royal family. Yes. Parfait steps forward last. She and Delore glance at each other, and I feel as if some secret message bounces between the both of them. Delore nods ever so slightly before Parfait turns to the rest of us. What? Her eyes eventually fall on me. You've changed since you've been here, princess, but your dedication and resolve never wavers. It has always been there, just beneath the surface. Stubbornness or resolve? Yeah, is it like the nicer way of saying I'm stubborn? It is as if Parfait is able to read my thoughts. She smiles as she sets a hand on my shoulder. Your dedication is very much like King Gennaro's. You are proud and honorable and always take steps in the right direction. That is why I know you'll be back tonight. Okay. Just as Rumpel said, we'll all be waiting for you. All of you. Stay safe tonight. I nod my head as everyone gathered around begins to repeat their hearty goodbyes. Okay. It is Delora who walks away first. We all follow behind. The night has just begun. Why do I have a bad feeling that Claude's gonna die? He's for sure gonna sacrifice himself for us. I swear. Our way to the palace gates is uneventful, but we pause some distance away from them to take shelter in a nearby alley. There are knights everywhere. Wow, yes, of course, because it's Sir Alcaster. Waltz points to what looks like a regular section of the wall. Okay, is that the secret passage? There's a hidden door to the tunnels. If we time it right between the knights' patrols, we shouldn't be able to make it. Alright, on my signal. Okay! God. Claude puts a hand on my shoulder and squeezes. It is an abrupt gesture and doesn't last long, but the motion calms my nerves somewhat. Okay, we will be fine. Okay. Our footsteps echo in the tunnel. Standing in front of me are Jurian and Garland, who are flanking Waltz. Dolores stands beside me, and Claude is at my back. This small tunnel makes it seem like we brought a lot of people. Yes. This way. We silently follow Waltz's instructions. How is it that Waltz knows about these tunnels? Well, he's a very mysterious lad. I've already taken into account the guards and where they might be positioned based on Prince Rodz's information. Okay, we should be alright. Garland and I will act as distractions if needed. Princess, leave most of the fighting to us, if there's any to be done. I know, I will only fight if I need to. Okay, if only I wasn't cursed, I would be able to fight to my full extent. Yeah, I think you're still quite capable without all of your magic, puppeteer. Oh, a compliment, it's an honor, Miss Karma. I'm only in this dress because of Jurian, you know. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he has to be because Jurian is here. Jurian crosses her arms and cocks an eyebrow at Claude. I wouldn't fall in love with you no matter what you say. Are you sure? That's what they all say. We're here. Okay, suddenly everyone goes quiet. I feel a lot heavier as I stare at the staircase in front of me. Okay. This should lead to the throne room. Okay. I did not know we had a secret passage in the throne room. How much does Waltz know about the palace? A lot, apparently. Immediately after we step into the throne room, we split apart to avoid the guards' gazes. Okay. I stick close to Claude and Waltz as Delora conjures a blanket of shimmering fog that envelops the guards. Yay, stealth tactics. And they're down. I watch as the guards' eyes fall before they slump to the ground. Delora drops her hands once all the guards are truly asleep. Okay, amazing how intolerant humans are to magic. Well, that's good on our case. Let's keep moving. Alright. So getting through the palace is not easy. Getting through the palace is no easy feat. Hallways that were easy to get through before are difficult to traverse now with all of the soldiers standing around. Delora casts a spell to silence our footsteps into quiet muffles, but moving is still difficult, especially with such a group. Ugh. Eventually, we arrive just outside the tunnels that should lead to the castle's prisons. Okay. I'll stand watch. Okay. Be careful, Waltz. I will. Okay. Looks like the secret tunnel, but it's alright. Prison, secret tunnel, you know, they all look the same. We entered another network of tunnels. Jurian, Garland, after you. Jurian glances at me briefly and then at Claude, who nods a little stiffly. We'll be right back. Okay. In accordance with the plan, Claude and I are left at the halfway point of the tunnels to ensure a clean escape as Delora, Jurian, and Garland continue on to the prison. Okay. They should be fine, but I am still worried. My eyes wander to Claude and I bite down on my lower lip when I notice that his hand is once again raised to his chest. I find myself reaching out to grab Claude's hand, but he swiftly pulls it away. Oh. The glare on his face takes me by surprise. Whoa, why is he so angry? Claude puts a hand on his chest and flinches as he leans on the wall. Not now. His voice sounds pained. Oh, what is he talking about? Claude? What? I just need some space, princess. But is it me? I am fine. Damn, he has such a temper. I cannot help but feel irritated at the way Claude has snapped at me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be this way. It's... he trails off, his eyes distant. Is it the curse? Because of your curse, right. Most of the time he is sociable and a pleasure to talk to, but then he reverts to this state. It is like he is two different people. I cannot understand why he's like this. Why do I care so much for someone who keeps secrets? Hana, I wish I could explain, but if I did, you would hate me. Why? Or more accurately, you would be afraid of me. Wow, why would I be afraid of you? I could never be afraid of you. I could never be afraid of you. Is that what Belle said when the beast said the thing? I don't even know. I could never be afraid of you. Yes. What is there to be afraid of? Claude wears a pained expression Claude wears a pained expression as he looks at me. I see him once again grabbing at the collar of his dress, looking like he's in some kind of quiet agony. That's what she said too. Oh, no, really? Is he talking about that one woman from before, the one who didn't love him? He thinks I'm the same. I am not like her. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for one, I'm cursed too, so your curse technically can't work on me. So there's that. But besides the point, yes, he told you. Yeah. Hana. Claude's voice trails off at the sound of running. Who? His hand moves quickly to the hilt of his sword just as I reach for mine. Okay, cool. We only relax when we see that it is Jurian, Garland, and Delora heading towards us. Okay, so how'd it go? Why are they alone? Where are the king and queen? Yeah. They weren't in the prison. What? What? Where were they then? I have no idea where else they could be. Oh. In their rooms? I don't know. Delora steps out from between the two of them, her expression somber. This doesn't bode well for us at all. We can't keep sneaking without a direction. That's a sure way to get caught. The words have just left her mouth when the alarm sounds behind us. Oh, dang it! Don't tell me it was a trap. It's the alarm. Everyone draws their weapons as Waltz appears, running toward us with a hurried expression on his face. It was a trap. The knights are on their way. How did they know we were here? It's a trap! It's a trap! In seconds I hear the clanking of metal, and then there are knights upon us. We are forced to scatter to deal with different opponents. Oh, hello. Hey there! A guard rushes at me with his sword, and I somehow manage to block his attack. I should be able to wind around him. The knight falls after I catch him from behind and give Claude an opening to attack him. Nice. Hana, okay. Stay behind me. I promised I would, remember? Yeah. Let's keep it that way. Okay, a smile flashes across his face, and for a few moments he seems more like the Claude that I know. Oh. A knight manages to separate Claude and I, leaving me by myself again. He grabs my arm. Ow! Unhand me! Thanks, Delora. Yay. I watch in shock as a shimmering fog surrounds my attacker, his eyes closing as he slumps to the ground. He is only the first to fall. Seconds later, most of the knights in my immediate vicinity have fallen to the ground. I can tell by the subtle rise and fall of their chests that they are asleep. Sorry, I couldn't focus long enough to cast that spell earlier. Delora drops her hands and turns to address Waltz, Claude, and I. Head toward the entrance hall. The king must be in one of the central rooms. Jurian, Garland, and I will head to the bedchambers in the east wing to look for the queen. Okay, splitting up was not part of the plan. Yes, right? We don't have much of a choice anymore if we're going to get the king and queen out of here. We have to improvise. Now go. Alright. Claude grabs my hand and jerks his head at Waltz. Let's go. Okay, off we go then. The three of us rush out and into one of the palace hallways. I keep my gaze forward while Waltz and Claude watch for enemies on either side of us. On our right, okay. Claude grabs his sword and moves before Waltz and I can respond. He dives low toward a soldier, his sword poised straight for a devastating blow. Knights begin to approach us from the left, and I raise my sword, readying myself. Waltz snaps his fingers, a flash of light blinding the men in the immediate vicinity, and I use the opportunity to rush the knights in front of me. I grit my teeth as I attack. Most of my blows are lucky. There are too many knights for me to be able to get the upper hand. There's so many of them. Yes. Well, if it isn't the most desirable princess, it's Mithros. Hello. I whip around to attack the man that spoke to me, but he is nowhere to be found. Where is he? Who are you? I wonder. Hana. Oh, I turn and see Claude running toward me, a panicked expression in his eyes. I take a step toward him, and when a masked man suddenly blocks my path. Oh, is it Varg? It's Varg. Who are you? I would never have thought to see you again. I raise my sword, but the masked man taps his cane on the floor before I can swing. Okay. An incredible pressure blasts out from the cane. It shoves Claude to the floor and blows me backwards. Ow. I hit the wall hard and my vision darkens. Ouch. Okay. Claude. God damn it. Where am I? Why can't I see anything? Am I blindfolded? My head hurts. Rise and shine, Sleeping Beauty. Wrong princess. It's Cinderella to you. I jerk upright at the familiar voice. You're the man who knocked me out. The man laughs and I blink as I try to pinpoint the direction of his voice. Did he blindfold me? Yes, he did. I command you to take off this blindfold. I don't take orders from princesses that no one remembers. Oh, wow. Wow. But I am a gentleman, so I suppose I shall have to heed a lady's request. The blindfold is abruptly pulled off and I flinch at the sudden brightness. Ooh, back in the throne room. Why, hello there, princess. My captor looks at me amused. She wears a crooked grin on his masked face and a cape on his shoulders. Who is he? My eyes wander to the throne, and I cannot help but gasp at what I see. Oh, it's the king. The king is strapped to the throne, hands bound, mouth covered. Your Majesty! The king pauses to look at me, his eyes containing a mixture of alarm and confusion. I turn to glare at the masked man. Why am I here? Let him go! No can do, princess, though. Don't you think he still looks regal sitting on his throne like that? Oh my god. I grit my teeth as I begin to struggle against my bonds. Struggle all you like, you won't get out of those knots anytime soon. Who are you? Yes, the masked man drops into an elegant bow. I am called Varg. Yes, we all know that. Varg? What have you done to my father? Me? Nothing. Well, nothing much. I guess gagging a person and tying their hands behind their back counts as something. Are you working for Sir Alcaster? I don't work for anyone. So he's a mercenary. The door flies open and Alcaster steps in, his face full of anger. What? Mythos, the fool! How absolutely useless he was. Oh, so he's still, there. Varg gives a dismissive shrug. He regards me again with his mischievous smile. While I do agree with that wholeheartedly, that man is in the past. Here, in the present, we have someone far more interesting to deal with. Varg gestures at me. Yeah, hi. I glare at Varg before turning my gaze to Alcaster. I used to think Alcaster was someone to be respected. Not anymore. He's just a scumbag. If it isn't the princess herself. How do you know it's me? You remember who I am. Once Mithros made the connection, it was just too obvious to be false. Could Sir Mithros remember me? Yes. Alcaster shifts his attention to the king. Gennaro, do you not remember this girl as your own blood daughter? Well, obviously not. My eyes meet the king's, but I see no recognition in his gaze. He cannot remember me. I haven't managed to break my curse yet. Why are you doing this to my father, to the kingdom? Because your father is a weak man. Everything I do for the kingdom. All successful rulers have run with an iron fist. Fear is the best motivation. Yes. A king that is too lenient and does not inspire fear has no business being on the throne. Yeah. But the people of Angel love their king. Before I had thought that the town people were despicable because they hated me. Now I understand those reasons. They may have judged me as my mother's daughter, which is wrong, but that does not mean they should be subject to a regime of fear. Yes, your obligation as a ruler is to rule for the country, not the people. Back when the queen was still alive and this place knew the fear of the witches, they were far more productive. But the country is made of the people, you know? Without the people, there is no country. Fear motivates. Fear makes a man... Okay, shut up. I don't care. Oh. King Alcaster. Oh, that sounds so weird. You better have a good excuse for interrupting. Interrupting my villain speech. How dare you? Your Highness, there's a beast. Oh, so he actually turned into a beast. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, makes sense because the original Beauty and the Beast, the prince was a literal beast before he was able to transform back into a man. So what are you blathering about, you fool? A beast, a magical beast is rampaging around the palace. Yes, is this the dead witch's doing? No, it's... Dead witch? Oh, no, Delora is fine, she has to be. No, out with it. But did Mythos do this? No, it's Mythos. So Mythos is dead now, okay. What? Yeah. I cannot stop myself from blurting out the question. Sir Mythos is a witch. Yes, he is. He was a witch, but now he is dead. He turns to his knights and demands more information. I am too shocked to hear their words. Sir Mythos was a witch? Impossible. Oh, but it is probable. What are the other palace intruders? We managed to apprehend some of them, but we can't get to everyone with that beast taking us out. Yeah. Beast mode activated! Yes, go Claude, go! Except, perhaps my bad ending is me being eaten by him. That damn Mythos, still a pain even after death. What did you do to Sir Mythos? Did you not hear me, girl? He is dead, killed by my hand. Oh, wow. Wow. But why? But why? He was helpful at first. We worked together to achieve our own personal goals. He eyes me cautiously. He wanted you, princess. If Sir Mythos was a witch, that would explain why he still remembered me. Why did he want me? The whole Tenebarium, who knows? Oh God, we know. It doesn't matter anymore. I gave him my knights to assist him in his search when the witches could not, but in the end, that fool was too power hungry. Alright, you never entered into my plans. You would have been safe, princess, had you just stayed put. But now that you're here, you'll come in handy. Alcaster turns back to the knight, who immediately bursts into explanation once more. Alright, the beast is moving quickly. We don't know how much longer we can keep it from this room. There's a beast in the palace, and it's Sir Mythos' doing. I am so confused. I am confusion. And what about the others? Are they okay? Let me go, Alcaster. But the beast is actually Claude. I'm pretty sure. You're not going anywhere. Alright, it sounds like some of your friends are very persistent. They'll be coming for you, and when they get here, I will kill them. No, you, princess, are going to make excellent bait. No. Oh no. You know, I like this turn of events. Kind of amusing. You, tell me what all of this is. Varg looks unmoved by Alcaster's anger. It is Mythos that summoned this beast, is it not? Then you must know what is happening. No, he's like, no. You're asking me, of all people. Ha, as if I would be able to answer any of your questions. You. Oh. Oh, there he is. There's my big boy. Varg. It doesn't matter how many times you say my name, Alcaster. I won't have any answers for you. Because he actually doesn't know. So Alcaster turns to me, his eyes manic. Whether this is Mythos' magic or magic belonging to one of your friend, I'm not going to let it live. Yeah, okay. Could Delore create a beast out of thin air? I don't know. Sir Alcaster draws his sword from his sheath and curses under his breath. I squirm, desperate to find some kind of break in my restraints. Varg surprises me, however, by reaching down and cutting the rope binding my arms with a sword that I recognize, my own. You have my sword. I stand up as quickly as I can and grab the sword from him. That was too easy. Again, he doesn't work for anybody. He's not loyal to nobody but himself. I eye Varg rarely as his mouth twists into a smirk. What are you doing? Why are you helping me? Help? All I did was cut some ropes. Well, besides, I'm curious to see what you'll do with that toothpick of a sword. Hey now! He talks like he doesn't care at all what happens. Well, he doesn't. Don't think about it too much, princess. It's probably a little too much for your small head. Hey now, I swing my sword toward him and Varg catches it with his cane. Ugh. You really think that I'm the one you should be fighting? Oh. The door creaks and falls off with its hinges. The knights stumble back, and I hear screaming as loud footsteps sound against the hall's tiles. So what will you do? Run, hide, or will the beast kill you too? Well, let's find out. Ooh, hi there, big boy. My eyes focus on the large figure entering the room. Though I cannot make out specifics at first, the form grows more distinct the further it moves into the room. Whatever this is, I cannot fight it. There is a moment of eerie silence, and then Alcaster yells, and the knights rush forward, attacking the beast as a collective. The beast throws them off with surprising nimbleness, his rage in every swipe. I dodge away just before a man's body falls on top of me. Hey now. Over here, beast. Sir Alcaster rushes at the beast. Let's let him deal with it. I finally managed to get a clear line of sight to the king, who is still bound and helpless on the throne. On that throne, yeah. The king. I have to get him out of here. I run toward the throne, but someone stops me dead in my tracks. Saving the king really shouldn't be your priority right now. Hey! I grit my teeth and swing my sword at Varg, but he easily darts away from me. I would be watching my back. Oh. Oh, it is then that I notice the beast slowly making its way toward me. Why would it be after me? Either I stay here and fend it off, or... Alcaster catches the beast with a broad swipe of his sword, and the two are focused once more on each other. I glance urgently at the king, then at the doors. The beast moves again, and I realize that it is once more heading toward me. Oh, there's no way I can help the king in all of this mess. I need help. I have to find the others. Hopefully Alcaster will keep this beast busy long enough for me to get them. Okay, running. I turn and bolt through the door, weaving my way through the chaos of knights as I head toward the door. I glance over my shoulder one last time at the king. His eyes are trained on the battle before him. His hand grips the arms of his throne, but there is nothing I can do. But yeah, there is nothing he can do, yeah. I'm so sorry, I'll be back. BRB. But for now, I have to find the others. I dart past the carnage in the room, stepping over and around bodies as they appear. Halfway to the door, the beast lunged past Sir Alcaster, and for a few moments I think he might be attacking me. Whoa, stay back! I hold my sword in front of me and stand in a defensive position like Claude taught me, but the beast never reaches me. Oh, you've ruined everything, beast. Alcaster is suddenly in front of me, waving his sword at the beast. I stumble back towards the door, my heart beating loudly in my chest. Oh wait, I have to get out of here. For now. Off we go. Chapter 10, The Beauty and the Sinner. Oh no. Okay. Where did the beast come from? It's Claude, goddammit. Knights immediately rush toward me. I back away as far as I can without re-entering the throne room. Princess, come quietly and we'll keep you somewhere safe until this all dies down. I raise my sword and stand ready when the knights surround me. I order you to stay out of my way. Yes, if you're on my side. Our apologies, princess, but we are under orders from the king. Alcaster is not the true king. What did he offer you for your loyalty? Wealth? Status? That is none of your concern. You're a sellout! One of the knights moves toward me, and I react on an instinct, swiping at him. You might want to put that down before you hurt yourself, princess. Do not antagonize me. Back! Back! You demons! One knight rushes me and my blade connects with his shoulder. Another approaches me from behind and I hit him with the back of my sword. The third moves too fast for me and I feel his blade cut into my shoulder. Ouch! Ouchies! I hiss at the pain that sings from the wound. Yeah, the stings from the wound. I'm bleeding! Yeah, don't worry. It's not the first time you got hit in the shoulder. The next time he swings, I successfully manage to evade him, but then bump into another knight. I'm surrounded. Just come with us, princess. We don't want to hurt you. No. I feel one of the knight's hands on my shoulder. I attempt to pull away from him, but stop when I hear him scream. Oh, whoa, what? Who's that? Oh, the beast. The beast stands behind me, eyes narrowed, its mouth gaping wide. A scream escapes my throat. The knights change their focus to attacking the beast, but it easily swipes them away as it advances toward me. It's getting closer. I desperately back up. However, my back soon hits a wall, and with nowhere else to go, I stand in the defensive position that Claude has taught me. I hold out the sword and then use it to throw back the beast's shadow claw as he reaches out for me. That stance. Oh, he still talks, which is great. It talks. It talks, yes, of course. Stay away from me. The beast moves towards me again, and I stumble in place, struggling to hold my ground. A knight throws his sword, the blade impaling itself into the beast's shoulder and giving me an opening. Oh no! The beast's wounded arm swings into my reach, and I lash out with my sword, managing to draw blood. Princess, Dolor would never create a beast like this. This has to be Sir Mythos' doing. Oh, I'm gonna end up killing him instead! Oh no! An attacking knight catches the beast's attention, and I do not wait. As the beast turns, I raise my sword and manage to slide it deep into the beast's chest. I kill it. I kill him. A piercing cry erupts from somewhere deep in its throat, and I stumble back without my sword, which is still stabbed through the creature's heart. The beast collapses to the ground, and I stare The beast collapses to the ground. I stare as it raises a hand to its chest. That motion reminds me so much of Claude. Right. It was all an illusion. A glimmer of light catches my eye. I freeze as I stare down at the ground. Yup. Man. Right there, where the blood is already pooling around the sword in the beast's chest, is a rose-shaped heart. is a rose-shaped locket. The locket I gave Claude. Why do you... The beast stares up at me with glassy eyes, its mouth barely moving. After a few moments, a low rumble comes from the beast's throat, and I realize that it is a grisly pained chuckle. Afraid of me, I told you. Ah! The beast stares at me, unblinking, but its eyes are already beginning to haze over. The way it speaks, and the locket that it has. I look at the locket again, at the blood seeping beneath the surface, and suddenly I realize... It's Claude! If I ever told you the reason, you would hate me, Hana, or more accurately, you would be afraid of me. No, 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 yes. Oh god. God dang. I kneel down beside the beast. I was wrong. No, 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 no. Claude. I clutch the locket to my chest as I kneel over the beast. Claude, no, please. I lean down to listen to his breathing, but there is nothing but silence. Everything around me goes dark. I killed him. There is a sound of footsteps behind me, but they are mute, unimportant. Claude. I am so sorry. Bad ending! I knew it! Yay! Okay, the end. Bad end. There it is. Come on, give it to me. There we go. Bad end. Ah! I knew that would happen. We all knew it was gonna happen. But damn, I think his bad ending was a little bit more, like... It was a little bit more worse than Thing. Rose of Thorns is our achievement. Anyways, whatever. We got an achievement out of it. Anyways, there, yeah. I think, wow, Claude's bad ending is way more like... It's way more tragic than Rod's was. Like, Rod just kind of just disappeared into the sea foam and that was it. Like, it's heartbreaking still, but like, at least I didn't have to kill, actually physically kill him. Like, damn, oh shit. Anyways, whatever. I knew we all saw it coming. There you go, guys. There's our bad ending, as I had warned you like over a million times throughout the entire route that I was gonna get it, and true to my words, so there it is. Oop, there it is. Anyways, that just means we can just go back and just get all the right choices, get a good ending, you know? Better to get the bad heartbreaking ending out of the way in order to make way for the good and just have it heal our hearts and we can move on and not feel guilty. Anyways, there you go. There we go. I'm gonna leave it here, you guys, and of course, like Rod, I'm going to come back in the next episode to do Karma's good ending, to get his good ending. So that means going through all the right choices with a guide, and of course reaching up to the point where this all doesn't go to shit. Anyways, tune in next time for that then. So for now, bye.